A Pensacola church damaged by Hurricane Sally, still doing its part to serve the community. Not just demanding justice for George Floyd, but also Tymar Crawford, the Pensacola man who was shot and killed by Pensacola police last year. This building is really actually blocking us from the real impacts of the hurricane. This is what it really looks like down here in downtown Pensacola. This is probably some of the worst damage that we have come across. Just take a look at this building here on Mobile Highway. The entire second story pretty much just crumbled. You can actually see that smoke from a satellite view. We are starting to see those local impacts of Marco that Alan mentioned. So Rebecca, what exactly are you seeing out there? With many professional fireworks shows canceled this year, the manager tells me people aren't coming in just for the classics like sparklers and helicopters. They're also buying big ticket items. Nearly any business here in Gulf Breeze, you'll see signs like this. This one says masks are required to go inside of this building. Even with thunderstorms forecast, businesses are prepared. They have tents already set up, ready for party goers.
At WEARTV.com. Carolyn, what do you think?
I don't know. I think he gets some points just for his nickname there. Big Baby is pretty good.
That's half the battle right there.
Exactly.
So go vote for him. Like Big Baby? Is that you're still sticking with him?
You know what? They all get my vote. As long as we didn't show any Cowboys defensive plays this week.
I can find some of those and put it on the air. So,
4 days after Hurricane Sally slammed into Northwest Florida, we are learning more about acts of kindness and the determination to recover. First, here is the very latest. Tonight in Escambia County, a boil water order and curfew from midnight to 6 a.m. remain in effect. New tonight, a show of support from strangers aiming to brighten spirits after the storm. A Pensacola church damaged by Hurricane Sally, still doing its part to serve the community. The church hopes to get the kitchen up and running by next week so they can continue to provide those hot meals to those who need them. Well, Escambia County is now working to remove debris from Hurricane Sally and offering jobs if you want to help out. They're asking you to sort out debris based on the type, like fallen limbs or building materials. Now, tomorrow there will be a job fair at the Central Office Complex. On Tuesday, another job fair at the Brownsville Community Center. We have all the information and a link for you to apply over on WEARTV.com. Well, it hasn't been the most comfortable night's sleep for those without electricity. Linemen working to restore power also gave up some comfort to help out. Here you can see cots set up at the YMCA in downtown Pensacola. An employee there tells us crews are in late and up early to help service our area. And their hard work paying off. Gulf Power says crews restored 95% of all outages due to the storm. Escambia County still has more than 8,600 outages. Santa Rosa County reports 70 customers without power tonight. The city of Pensacola is giving out free tarps and water at several locations tomorrow. That giveaway happens from 2 until 5 or until supplies last. You can get them at Bayview Senior Center, and you can see a complete list of free tarp, food, water, and ice locations over on our website. Catherine, we talked about people really needing those tarps today with the rain we were seeing.
That's right. We have had
like a new beginning, I guess.
Still ahead, Hurricane Sally's storm surge wrecks homes in Bristol Park. How homeowners there are using this as a fresh start.
It's gone. Those pilings, there's a walkway all the way out to the boathouse.
From docks to homes and everything in between.
This is our cook shed we just completed.
Storm surge from Hurricane Sally flooded much of the Hearst Hammock community.
And now it's total destruction, which we'll have to rebuild and repair.
Jerry Shepard says damage to his property soared past $6,000.
Mainly our boathouse and our pier, completely wiped out. Of course, everybody down here, piers are gone. A couple houses down, the guy's boat sunk.
But many of his neighbors lost much more. Snapshots of their loss left on the curb.
Mind-blowing what water can do. I really feel for the people that live here, that's having to live in this and repair. Heartbreaking, really.
Even in a small community with a population of just 63 people, the massive destruction is evident as soon as you come into town, with debris lining the streets.
unimaginable. We had so much water, all the neighbors, so many people have to recover from it.
Heather Bryan's home was one of the few high enough to escape the water, but she still received damage.
There's a water line in the car that it got, I want to say, at least 10, 12 inches in the car.
Even with house after house here under repair,
The kids will swim out there. We had big floaties.
neighbors are holding on to their fond memories and remembering this tight-knit community is resilient.
This is about the third time we've had this occur. So we're used to it, but we don't like it. Now it's just a cleanup mode. We'll survive, Lord willing.
Carolyn Cerda, Channel 3 News.
Others gathered together to honor George Floyd, the man, of course, whose portrait is spray painted here on Graffiti Bridge, the man whose death sparked this movement.
Lord, in times like these, we still can lift you up and magnify your name.
Prayers, scriptures, and a moment of silence. Dozens came together Tuesday morning outside Friendship Missionary Baptist Church to remember George Floyd.
We recognize that George Floyd is each and every one of our sons and our daughters, and it could have been us.
Marilyn Evans regularly attends the church in Pensacola.
It just brings tears to my eyes to see all people of all races, creed, nationalities coming together to celebrate the life of George Floyd and of so many others.
Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor.
Local clergy, law enforcement, and Mayor Grover Robinson each stepping to the mic.
There's no doubt that we're suffering now, but through our suffering, we will eventually get to hope.
They not only shared their grief, but spoke about the ways they would hold themselves and their departments accountable to ensure another black life is not unjustly taken.
It is a problem. We recognize it. We will discipline up to and including termination. We're not going to wait until we have something like a George Floyd.
A unified message.
We thank you, Lord, for bringing us together one more time.
This memorial.
Black lives matter, and it matters to us here in Pensacola and around the world.
That unity, of course, very clear here at Graffiti Bridge. As we've told you for the past nearly 2 weeks, hundreds coming out here to show their solidarity, to protest and honor George Floyd. Reporting live in Pensacola, I'm Carolyn Cerda.
Just blew my mind.
Neighbors shocked to learn a 47-year-old adoptive mother now facing 1 count of aggravated child abuse, accused of beating a 14-year-old boy.
She took adopted children out of a home where they weren't suitable, the people that they lived with, and they were just not in the right place, and she's going to put them back in a horrible place and scarring them, and it's horrible, it's sad.
But as a father, it pisses me off.
Santa Rosa County Sheriff Bob Johnson detailed the disturbing claims against Tyler in a press conference Monday.
And she abused this child pretty severely. She did everything to include punching him, beating him with a dog chain, and going as far as chipping his teeth with pliers.
The arrest report also lays out the most recent incident. Hyler accused of using a knife to cut the boy on his head, calling him names and stepping on his neck. Investigators say the abuse intensified 2 years ago when Hyler took the kids out of school. While they say she targeted the 14-year-old boy, they believe all of her adopted children may have been abused.
But because of the egregious nature of this case, we are taking it very seriously, and we intend to vigorously prosecute the case.
So far, investigators do not believe Hyler's husband, who worked long hours, was involved in any of the abuse. For now, all 4 kids are in DCF custody.
I just hope that the children get a better life. They deserve someone who loves them.